Welcome back to Allied Bullies TV, and today we got the count behind not one but two incredible studs, real rare bullies in the building.
What's the word?
What's going on, man? It's a pleasure and an honor, like I told you before, to have you here on the platform. We've been talking behind the scenes for quite some time, and you know, I've been waiting to get you up here, man, to have this conversation.
It's also a pleasure to be here, man. I'm happy to do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, give me a little bit of history on how you got into the dogs.
Man, I was raised with dogs my whole life, man. My mom and dad kept German Shepherds around, you feel me? So we had a couple breedings with them, you know, years ago. But the bully breed, as I got older, I started liking pit bulls. You feel me? I leaned towards the pit bulls, and then when the bully breed started, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get one of them. I just fell in love with the bully breed.
What in particular was it maybe, you know, about the American bully that made you be like, damn, that dog that stood out, man, you know, more than others?
The structure, bro. Like if you look at an American bully, you like, man, damn, that dog muscled up. Look at the head. Right. And it's so calm.
Right.
Why is it so calm? Man, yeah, for sure. It was the structure.
I gotta, you know, I heard you say, you know, something like, you know, as far as to the extent of, I like a bull that's functional with some movement that I can put in the show ring, that I can put up on the table and do everything. How important is that to you to have a dog that's functional and got some movement, even if it's a small dog down to an exotic sized bully?
For sure. It's very important. Like that's one of the main things I focus on is structure and movement. Especially with my exotics though, you know. I want my exotics to live, man. I want them to live a healthy dog life, not just this just for a show. I'm gonna keep them in the cage all day. Like my dogs, like they gotta live. You feel me? So,
right.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important.
What, you know, I ain't too familiar with exotic sized dogs. You know, what is it that, you know, I don't want you to give up too much of your science and what you're doing in your program, but what is it that dudes can do to kind of create and go down that lane and make a better functional exotic with some movement?
I would say breed out the flaws, man. You know, some people are against inbreeding and line breeding. Some people are for it. You feel me? But it's a proper way to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you do it, you double down on everything. You double down on the good and the bad. You feel me? So if I'm breeding to a dog because he got great hips, you feel me, or great feet, clean feet, because this dog don't got it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
right.
You gotta, what am I trying to say? You can't ignore the flaws as well, though. Like, what if he got a crazy underbite?
Right.
You feel me? You gonna double down on that too, though. Now you back at square one. Damn, how I get rid of this? It's gonna be hard to get rid of it now because it's double down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you gotta kind of know what's dominant and what's not dominant genes as well.
Exactly. And another thing is too, though, before you do an inbreeding or a line breeding, you need to get your dog health checked. You feel me? Like thoroughly examined, so you know everything that's wrong with it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can breed it up.
Right. You know, like I said, like, you know, certain traits is dominant traits, and you gotta know which ones is. That's like a lot of people don't know, like small heads. That's a dominant trait. You know, so if you breeding dogs with small heads, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lock that into your line because that's a dominant trait going back to even like to wolves and things like that. They had smaller heads. They didn't have, you know, these big ass heads like these bullies got today. You know what I'm saying? So people just gotta be careful on that. The exotic bully, I see a lot of times, you know, I see clean ones. Like, I don't know that, see, my definition of clean and what exotic breeders' definition of clean might be two different things. Like, I see clean ones to me like runts that y'all got.
Yes, sir.
He clean to me.
Sure.
But then you got people that say, I done heard, you know, other exotic bully breeders on different platforms say, you know, the bows and a certain type of this, that, and the third, that's what make the look of the exotic bully, that's what make it exotic.
Right.
So I don't know, like what do they consider clean, a clean exotic bully? Because to me, like I said, runts is an example of a clean exotic bully to me.
Facts. And it's your preference.
Right.
You feel me? Like I said, I'm pet peeve, like feet is like everything to me. Like that's the first thing I look at when I look at a dog is the feet.
Right.
But some people like the balls.
Right.
Some people like that dog to just sit there with their tongue out and can't move it. Like they really glorify that. You feel me? And then there's some people like me though. Like I want my dog to be able to be comfortable. That dog not comfortable. You feel me? Like I want that dog to be a dog and not just, oh, this is just, I'm gonna carry him in my arm. I'm gonna just carry him in a wagon. You feel me? Because he can't walk. Like that's not cool, bro. That's not healthy.
Right.
It's not healthy, bro.
When I'm thinking of, you know, like the bully, we got different classes from the XL all the way down to the exotic. In those classes, every dog should look the same. The only difference is the height of the dog. If we're classifying all these dogs as a bully, but just a different size. So with that being said, an exotic bully should look just the same as a pocket bully or a standard bully.
Hey, that's a good point right there. I agree.
Yeah,
for sure.
But the only thing is just small. That's like you got a Doberman pinscher, you got a mini pinscher. The only difference is it's just the height. That's it. So why is it so different when it comes to the American bully in the classes? And I'm not just gonna pick on the exotic bully. I'm gonna say this too for the tallest one up the ladder too, the XL. Like I just said, every dog in this class should look the same. It's just the height. So an XL should look the same as a pocket as well. But the only difference is he's just taller. But for some reason, in not the XL, the American bully, the bully community, period, we can't fathom this and understand this. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I agree. I 100% agree with you, bro. Because that's my whole vision. That's my whole goal. I want to create a smaller frame dog.
Right.
That fits registry standards. You feel me? Right. I want it to be that clean, correct American bully, but I want it this big and this small. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
my goal. I don't know about the rest of it. That's my goal.
The only difference. If you got a pocket or standard bully or whatever the case over here, and somebody come in with an exotic, that exotic should look just like them, except for it's just smaller. But I get, the word exotic.
Okay, like I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Like exotic and micros, I feel like it's different. I feel like micros is more so American bully. Like my definition of a micro is more so American bully. And exotic is kind of his own category. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. That's just what I was about to get to. I was about to say now, the word exotic is exotic.
Right.
It look a little freakier. It look a little more crazier. So
exactly.
I kind of get it. Yeah, I kind of get it. But I'm just, that's just how I look at that though. I think
sure.
you know, like I said, even the XLs, you know, some of them looking. Speaking on the XLs, while we talking about XLs, it been a lot of controversy around the XL, even like here in the city, far as like you know people saying XLs, your dog look like this dog look like that. That's a reindeer. That's a pit bull.
Right.
All that type of stuff. What's your thoughts around that, man? As far as like you know the look of the XL, and especially the look of the XL here in the city of Cleveland.
Like I said once before, everybody got their own preference, but I feel like every dog in each class should meet the standard, should meet the registry standard, ABKC standard, BRC standard, ABR standard of that class of dog. So if it doesn't, I'm not gonna call it that. You telling me that's an XL because it's 17 inches tall as hell, but it's skinny, and you say it's a working dog. I don't know, bro. I done showed people champion XLs that is still working dogs and they still fit the bully standard. You get what I'm saying? The registry standard.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's my opinion.
So, what you telling me is people think that the XL bully group of that particular dog is divided into two groups of working dog group and a other regular group, and that's both of them is in the XL bully that branches off.
I guess, bro. I don't really, deal with XLs. I plan on getting an XL in the future for sure.
It's only one XL bully. I mean, now whether your XL bully can work or whether it can't, it's still only one.
One XL.
Right.
And it should meet
the standard, and it can be
to call it
or not.
An XL. I mean, that's just on your dog's bloodline and pedigree if it got drive. If it's driven to do that. You can get a lazy XL. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not about to tell me that your dog is this tall, it's an XL. No, that's a tall pit bull, is what it is. It's a tall pit. Ain't nothing wrong with pit. I love pits. Like I said earlier, I fell in love with pits, and then I moved to bullies. Nothing wrong with a pit, but you not just because it's your dog. You gotta learn how to take constructive criticism on your dog, bro. I mean, people treat these dogs like they kids. I mean, you gotta understand, like, if you have a child, you got kids. You ain't about to be like, hey man, your child bad as hell. Your child got a big ass. You feel me? Like, don't talk about my child. This is my child. No, my child, the best child in the world. This is my child.
Right.
That's how people gonna take it, bro. You gotta learn how to take constructive criticism in this game, bro. You can't be kennel blind. You cannot have kennel blindness.
I don't see that happening. People taking constructive criticism on their dogs, like you said, man. People will fall out with you over their dog, man, fast.
Listen, man. I was asking people at the last bully link up, like, people tell me that Brody is a beautiful dog, which he is. I agree, but it's certain flaws, like it's two flaws that I want to breed out and that I really don't like about him. I mean, I'm asking people like, what do you? I won't tell them what it is. Right. I will ask just like hey, what you see in him? What flaw you see in him? I ask people because I want to know.
Right.
I want to know if I'm tripping.
Right.
I appreciate that, Pete. Ain't nothing wrong with him, bro. I can't ask you again because I see
it. Right.
I can't ask you. I'm gonna ask the next person. Hey, how you feel about Brody, bro? Like, you see any flaws in him, bro? Yeah, well, I see that. Okay, yeah. So I ain't tripping. I appreciate it, bro. You feel me? I want to know.
You should always be able to break your own dog down and know that your dog got certain flaws and be able to see.
Ain't no dog perfect.
Exactly.
No dog is perfect, bro.
And be able to know what they is. Like every dog on my yard got some flaws, and I know what they is. And you can't walk around thinking, shit, I got the best dog. This motherfucker, whoop. It got some flaws, man. Every dog, like you said, got some type of flaw.
For sure. For sure.
In your opinion, can you say that you have a true bloodline with one dog? That's like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example, Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Say you breed Brody, you breed him to another female, now you calling it the Brody line. Or you just bought Brody and you popped him out and you popping your shit, this the Brody line. And can you truly call and say that you have a bloodline with one dog? Like,
no, man, I think it takes 6 to 7 generations to even call it your bloodline. You get what I'm saying?
right.
So, like, you can't just buy a dog and then get to popping it like, yeah, this is my bloodline. Come get this R R, come get this Brody bloodline. You can't get that. You can't do that. That dog gotta be proven. Generation after generation. It gotta say your kennel name under them dogs. R&R's this, R&R's this. Took R&R's this to R&R's that. Took R&R's this to R&R's that. Now I got R&R. Now I got my own bloodline.
Right. And what comes along also with the bloodline, everything you just said, and also is that line, does it have its own unique look and its own unique traits as far as how those dogs act and how those dogs look.
For sure.
And when somebody is coming to breed to your bloodline, they know when I breed to that bloodline, 9 times, 8 times out of 10, I'm bringing that into my program.
Yeah, like you want to be like, say if you known for dome, you feel me? Like, oh man, that bloodline throw crazy dome. No diddy.
Right.
It throw crazy dome. Oh man, that bloodline known for having some clean feet. I'm gonna take my female to that bloodline. You feel me? I get what you're saying though. That signature look. What is it throwing for sure?
Reason I asked that question, because I see so many breeders in this day and time, doing that far as like, this the Samson line, or this line and that line. And where you think that come from? You think that come from like a lack of education and just not knowing that they truly don't have a line, or just don't care, or marketing tactics?
It's all of that, honestly. It's the lack of knowledge. It's marketing tactics, clickbait, I would say. What else? Or it's just motherfucker being cocky. People being cocky. I paid $50,000 for this dog, $30,000. So this is my bloodline. You feel me? You can't do that. It's not how it works. It's not how it works.
That's crazy. Like I said, I just see it so much, man, and I just be like, you don't have a bloodline.
You don't.
Man.
I know breeders that got their own bloodline now. There's
Right.
people in the city right now in Cleveland.
Right.
G-Nation Kennels.
Right.
He was one of the ones I really looked up to when I first started this bully stuff. You feel me? From the
Right.
G-Nation. I actually want to see him on here next time.
Right.
G-Nation Bullies, tap in with him for sure. He got his own bloodline. He been doing this for years though. You feel me? He just
Right.
sent me cut.
I know who you talking
Yeah,
about.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Real OG, real solid dude, great businessman, for sure. On bloodline. On Lane Kennels in Cincinnati. Gino is his name. You feel me?
Right.
On bloodline. Been doing it for years, been following him since I started. Shout out to him too. On bloodline. He really put in the work to have his own bloodline. Got a stud named Littlefoot. He produced. His productions. You feel me? Produce that.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah, it's people out here that's really got their own bloodline.
Right. Yeah. What do you think that, a person need to have established, in order to say they had their own bloodline? I know we discussed the pedigree, and is there anything else, that they need to maybe have established?
Productions. Being proven. Your productions is proven. Like you said, that signature look, what they throwing. That's what you gotta have established. You feel me?
Right. I asked before, on another one of my shows, as far as like, what you just said, like having productions. Why do you think, having productions is so important though, as a breeder? Like to somebody that just got dogs, it don't really matter. But as far as like if you a breeder, what's the importance behind, being able to have productions versus a dog that's bought?
It's a win-win, honestly, because if you can buy a dog, you feel me, and just skip the line and jump to the front of the line and buy a dog, like, here, I'm on the scene now.
Right.
But when you got productions, I feel like when you got productions, you cherish it more. You care about it more because you actually put the work in. You get what I'm saying? You actually put the work in and like, yeah, I went from here to here. This is my productions. And then somebody look at that dog and be like, damn, that's a badass bull. Oh, I produced that.
Right.
It just hit different.
Right.
It hit different, J-Man.
Right.
It hit different.
Right.
No,
right.
for real though. It hit different though, for real.
Cause I see a lot of that, on the internet, dudes be hollering and they be, it's produced, not bought.
Bred, not bought, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So.
But it be some dudes on the net popping it with the ones they bought, and them be some bad bulls.
Right.
You feel me? It's your preference, but I'd rather be the one to produce it and create my own.
Right.
It just hit different, for sure.
I read something you said in the Cleveland Bully Link group chat where you said you gotta know the importance of line breeding. Can you kind of reiterate on that comment and kind of break down why you feel line breeding is important when it pertains to dogs?
Line breeding is important because whatever your vision is, whatever you're looking for to create, you want to set that in stone. You feel me? You want to tighten up on that as much as possible. So when you take a auntie to a nephew or a father to a great granddaughter to tighten up that blood, you tighten up on your look, your signature look, when you trying to create your own bloodline. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is important. You feel me? But like I said, you gotta get them dogs health checked. You gotta get them health checked before you get to playing with that inbred and line breeding and stuff like that, man. You gotta know what you tightening up on, because whatever you tighten up on is the flaws and the positive and the negatives. You're gonna double up on all of it. So you gotta know. You gotta know what you're working with.
I got a question. Like line breeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be, you got two different kind of breeders. I'm gonna say this, right? You got two different kind of breeders. You got breeders who line breed on other people's blood, and that's just what they do. Like say you get a dog from an established bloodline already, from a kennel. Mm-hmm. They got an established bloodline. You get a female, then you get another male from that same bloodline. Then you breed them, and then you go out and get another female of that same bloodline, and you build on that. So you just line breeding somebody else's blood. Right. Then you got another breeder over here where he goes out, he grabs a particular dog from a bloodline, then he'll grab another dog from a different bloodline, which now that's an outcross. But then he goes out and grab another dog from another bloodline and bring that in until he's then, gathered up different blood in his yard, and he start putting and matching and doing breedings and having litters, and then he starts to line breed on what he has to bring that consistent look in. So you got two different kind of breeders, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, far as like when it comes to that, what's your thoughts far as like, people that just line breed on somebody else's line, which that's cool to preserve. Maybe they want to preserve that line, preserve that look, versus, like I said, somebody over here, they actually create and they actually try to get their own look, and they.
I would say there's nothing wrong with neither one of them. You feel me?
Right.
if you want something you have to start somewhere. But if you're gonna go by the book and what's hot and what's, you feel me, most popular or whatever look you going for, then I would go with somebody else's bloodline. Breed that up, breed that out until your production starts showing out of that to create your own blood. Or you can go get a dog from over here that nobody ever heard of, or the bloodline that you never heard of, but it comes from somewhere though, right. Some bloodline. Right. And then get the opposite dog and create your own look. That's cool too. You feel me? I done did them both. Right. I done did them both.
Yeah, but don't go popping out dogs though from that.
Oh yeah.
From that side where you're working and all of that. Don't be popping them dogs
until
out
you got that finished product.
Like shit, man.
For sure. Until you got that finished product.
Right. Versus, people line breeding on other blood that's already been established. Mm-hmm. It's a look there, so you just line breed on that.
For sure.
But do you think, even with line breeding, you can breed yourself into a corner?
That's a good question. I feel like, yeah, you can, because you could go too tight or too close and you try to hit it again with the same, you feel me, something too close instead of outcrossing it with a totally different bloodline, then bringing that production back and then hitting it again. You feel me? Yeah, you can definitely breed yourself in the corner and have all water puppies and puppies with underbites and blind puppies and cleft lips and kink tails and all type of stuff.
What you just said, man, I just now really got familiar with what you just said, the water pups, the hydro, I forget what the long term name.
It never happened to me, God forbid.
I've been seeing that lately, online and things like that. Like I'm unfamiliar with it. But I've been seeing it. Like, what is that? What does that come from? Is that coming from the French bulldog that's in these dogs? What is that?
I mean, I've never experienced it. I've always saw it on like Facebook, a post or something like that. But my guess is just people breeding too tight. People breeding too tight, that causes that. That's my opinion on it. I don't know where it comes from. It looked crazy though. Man. Yeah. It make you be like, damn, do I really want to do this deal? You feel me? I don't want to be creating no monsters or nothing. But it's messed up sight. It's gory for sure.
Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot lately online.
It's more so with the exotics though, I think though.
Yeah, right.
It's more so with the exotics though. I ain't really heard of nobody dropping no water puppies on no bulls.
Yeah. Not on the bigger dogs.
It's either the Frenchies or the exotics.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering, did it maybe come from the Frenchies? Because it's some French bulldog in them exotics for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why I was wondering, maybe it's coming from there, but
it gotta be. It gotta be.
Seeing it, and I've been like, damn, I ain't never seen that before. It's crazy. For people who may be new to dog breeding, and for the viewers watching that may not even breed dogs, give us a few examples, of some pairings of two dogs that would be considered like line breeding.
I'm gonna just make something up. I ain't just gonna say. I'm gonna use my dogs.
Okay.
Say if Brody drop a production, I keep a female off of that production, right?
Right.
I would take that production to either Brody's like great grandfather, or Brody's half brother, or Brody's uncle on the dad's side or the mom's side, because he's bred tight. Right. So either way I would go, it's gonna bring that look to the front of the pedigree and the look I want to go for.
Right.
That's an example of line breeding.
Okay. You just recently, you just in the beginning of the interview we kind of touched on it, but I'm gonna speak on it again. you know, you got some people that inbreed dogs, and you got some people that's against inbreeding dogs. Would you ever do an inbreed?
I would, honestly. I probably would, because I know what's behind my dogs and what flaws and what I'm looking for. So I would responsibly do it for sure. I wouldn't irresponsibly do it and just, oh, I'm a line breed. I'm gonna take this a badass such and such daughter. I'm gonna take the son. I'm gonna take her father back to her. You feel me? I'm not. I'm gonna do it responsibly. I'm gonna see what's wrong with the dog. Like I said, you're gonna double down on everything.
Right. You know, to even get to where we at with these dogs, you gotta do some inbreeding. It ain't
You
no
got
way
to.
around it.
You got to.
Whatever. You know, if you wanna lock all dogs that's considered purebred, quote unquote purebred dogs, you had to do some inbreeding to get to where you gotta get to.
You
So
have to.
it ain't
How you think they got all these fluffies and
Right.
these pink fluffies and
right.
Frenchies and carrying this and carrying that? That's a lot of inbreeding.
Yeah, it ain't no way around
Ain't
it.
no way around it.
You just gotta see. I was saying this before too. You know, when we breed these dogs, you know, we might as well put white coats on. And we somewhat scientists for real. So
Mad scientists.
right.
For sure.
It's kind of like trial and error. You know, you gotta get in there. You gotta breed, and when you breed, you kind of gotta take notes and know, all right, when I put this together with that blood, this happened and that happened, and this is something I like, this is something I didn't like. Same thing, you know, when you inbreed, you need to know, like, oh, I know I can't never inbreed on that blood. That shit go all the way bad. That shit, you know.
Went south.
Right.
Train wreck.
But
Back to the drawing board. You feel me? Oh.
what's your thoughts though, for as like, you know, like I just said though, in the process of us being breeders and creating these dogs, all these dogs don't meet the cut when you kind of in the lab mixing up the pot. You got, you know, some people, they are able to find these dogs pet homes and things like that, but then on the flip side of the coin, you got people that's in this thing and they unethical, and they not getting these dogs in pet homes and stuff like that. They dropping them off on the streets. They putting them in shelters. They doing all type of crazy stuff, you know. That's the flip side of, you know what I'm saying? The ugly side of what we do as breeders.
For sure.
So what's your thoughts on that though?
I feel like if you gonna breed responsibly. Like, if you call yourself a breeder and you want your name behind something, you gonna keep what you gonna keep off the litters. Everything ain't gotta be for sale or for profit. A lot of breeders breed and sell the whole litter. You feel me? And then some of the dogs be not worthy of the money that they done spent on this dog just because of the hype that's behind it. But at the end of the day, you proud to call that your production? You feel me? If I ain't keeping it, if I be like, oh yeah, that's a keeper right there, I'm gonna sell this dog. You get what I'm saying? If I ain't calling it a keeper or pick one, pick two, pick three, I'm pet homing the rest of the litter for dirt cheap. I don't care about the money. I care about my brand and what R and R look like. When people look at that dog, where that dog come from? R R Kennels, real rare bullies. I want people to say that.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
It ain't always gotta be about the money, man. I will no paperwork. Here, I'm gonna donate this dog to you. Here you go. Give me $200. Give me something, man. Give me $100. Here. No papers though. No breeding rights. I fuck around and get it sprayed. Cause I don't want people saying, oh yeah, this dog came from here. Oh, they throwing that look? That's what they throwing? I don't think I want a dog from there. I want my shit to be consistent. I want people to be looking at that dog and be like, oh yeah, I gotta go cop a dog from them. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, and you know, like I'm saying though, like far as like you got dudes that jumping into this dog game and they breeding and they doing inbreedings, but and like I said, like you know, you might do a breeding or inbreeding and create something that's got crazy flaws to the point where the dog can't walk or this, that, and the third. And like I said, they dropping these dogs off and they going
That's
to these
messed up.
you filling up these shelters with dogs that's handicapped and deformities from the breedings that they done did and things like that. And that right there, man, that kind of give us
Bad
a
luck.
bad name and a bad look for the bully breed. You know, I think people need to better educate themselves on breeding before they start to get into the realm of inbreeding or just breeding, period. Educate yourself or get up under somebody that can mentor you and help you be a better breeder. I feel like, man, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't really see like no mentorship too much going on far as with guys now. Everybody, you know, get a hold of a little piece of change and go buy a dog and nigga, I'm a breeder.
Not a breeder. You're not. Like, and you right though, it ain't really no mentors, no, like, I mean, it's mainly a male, you feel me, game. Men, like, you feel me, ain't really no female. It's female breeders out there, but like, you know, man, I ain't looking up to nobody. I ain't asking nobody to mentor me. But like, when I first started, like I mentioned G Nation bullies in the beginning, anytime I called that man phone and asked him a question about a dog, I wouldn't even be purchasing a dog off his yard. He'd give me the whole rundown on the dog, man, on where it come from, generate it. Like, that's really like that. I would say that's who mentored me. Anytime, that man ain't never steered me wrong, man.
Right.
And a lot of breeders like that. I mean, a lot of breeders didn't have that. You feel me? I'm blessed to have that.
Yeah, you know, I just had dropped that reel from Neptune Bullies a few days ago. We was basically speaking on that, you know, as far as like, how do you feel like, you know, about breeders, as far as like, you know, being a mentor to other breeders that's up and coming, and you know, like, if somebody use a stud, say if somebody use runts or they use Brody for a breed, and they buy a stud from you, they use them for the breeding, and they reach out to you, you know, with some questions on the blood or this or that, or, you know, you gonna guide them down the right lane, or you gonna not answer the phone and, man, I got your stud money now, I'm done with you.
Man, I'm helping you promote your litter, and I ain't just saying I'm gonna help you promote your litter, especially off my stud for sure. And anytime I'm gonna answer that phone, any questions you need to, hey, if I don't got the answer, we gonna find the answer together. I got you for sure.
Well, why you think guys though tend to turn do you think it's because they think they up here, they too big, that they tend not to want to, you know, help or get some advice or get some education?
I feel like they ain't got a passion for it. They just in it for a certain, you feel me, for the money. If you got a passion for something, if you really, really love something, you gonna answer that phone. You gonna answer that DM. You feel me? You already paid your stuff. I ain't answering that. I already got your money. You sent the sperm. What else you want from me? Do your research. You ain't got no passion for it. You don't love your program. You don't love your dogs. You feel me?
Right. You know, if you got a passion for dogs, you gonna talk dogs for nothing. Just cause you like to talk. like back to the bully link chat. Like I said, I be seeing y'all in there, man, like every day. Talking dogs all day, every day, for real. Like, so, you know, I know y'all gotta have a passion for it, because y'all always in there talking dogs. You know what I'm saying? And speaking on that bully link chat group, you know, like I said, I see y'all in there talking dogs all the time, and I see, y'all got a nice little comedic, thing going on where y'all be, friendly trolling each other and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
it's all love. It's all love.
Right,
Sure.
I know. It's good. It's good though. It bring, laugh. Cause sometimes I get on there and I read some or I click the little voice message that y'all be popping up and I'll be dying laughing.
Yeah,
I'll be
man.
dying
We be
laughing.
trolling in there for sure, bro.
So it be that's a good thing y'all doing in there, man. How did that all, sort of come together, like far as like with that link, that group chat?
I got in it late, honestly, but I think Billy at Divine Bully Camps and Trig and Ben and they got together and they was just linking up by themselves with their dogs.
Right.
And they like, how about we start, challenging other breeders and other dog people in the game to come out and in the city to come out and link with us on a Sunday. We chilling with our dogs.
Right.
And then it grew from there though. But they definitely laid the foundation to it, and it was a great idea because it got everybody on their stuff now. It got everybody in friendly competition. We doing friendly stack offs and we criticize, critiquing everybody's dogs and but it's definitely lit. I mess with it. For sure.
Yeah. I think what they got going on is great, man.
Mm-hmm. We needed that.
For sure.
The community definitely needed that. Shouts out to y'all boys, man, for sure.
Let's go back to the kennel blindness.
Okay.
You was talking about being kennel blind. What does it mean to actually be kennel blind in your opinion?
Being honest with yourself and about your dog. You gotta be honest. You gotta have an open eye. You can't be biased, bro. You can't. Just because you spent $8,000 on this dog and it turned out trash, and you telling me that this dog is him and it's not. You can clearly see that it's not, but you feel that way because you paid $10,000 for this dog. It don't work like that. If it ain't that, it ain't that, bro. You gotta go back to the drawing board. You took an L, you better pet home that dog or try to produce or something with it. You feel me? But that's kennel blindness, man. Not being honest and biased with yourself, bro. And your dog.
Do you feel like any point in your breeding career you've been kennel blind?
Yeah, for sure. With my first dog, Nino, my foundation dog, man. I got him from Cleveland Bully Camp, Rail. I got Nino from Rail. That was my first bully. When I first got Nino, man, I was popping. He the hardest bully in the city. And then I just sat down and did my research. I went to my first show. And I brought Nino to the show. And I was looking around at these dogs. I said, oh, no, I'm doing something wrong. These dogs are immaculate. You feel me? And then I just got to looking at Nino and his flaws, his feet, his elbows, his rear, his slight underbite. Beautiful dog, kind dog. But he wasn't what I needed if I wanted to call myself a breeder and wanted to excel and elevate in this bully game.
Right.
Everybody be kennel blind, I think, on their first bully for sure. For sure.
Without a doubt. For sure. What's some advice maybe, or some tips or something you could give somebody who may be kennel blind, man, and they need to wake up and open their eyes up, man. What advice can you give them to somebody who think, shit, nigga, I got the baddest dog, whoop whoop whoop, and everybody else know it's not?
Take that dog to a show. Take that dog to a big show and put that dog in that ring. You gonna have a rude awakening. you gonna have a reality check. And I'm not talking about no fun show. I'm talking about a sanctioned show. If your dog that, take him in a sanctioned show. Put him in a category for their class. Whatever class you call your dog. And then you gonna get a root of awakening. You gonna get a light bulb gonna come on. Ding! Oh man, my dog ain't it, dog. I gotta do something with this. For sure, bro. That's what's gonna happen, bro. For real. It happened to me. Went to my first show, I'm like, man. Yeah, buddy. This ain't it, dog.
I just heard them saying that I was watching the Bully Spin podcast last Wednesday, and they was on there, and they had said for us, like, when you put your dog inside the show ring, every flaw in it gonna be seen, and they was saying something to that degree though.
For sure, every flaw gonna be seen. Them judges ain't gonna play no games. They gonna pick the best dog in the ring for that class.
Right. Do you feel like it's a lot of breeders here in the city of Cleveland that might be kennel blind?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of kennel blindness. It's a lot of kennel blindness, man. Come on, Cleveland, wake up, man. I gotta be honest with yourself, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, speaking of that, like I was saying, off camera I was discussing, the LBC, the show in Akron that's gonna be going on in September 21st.
I can't wait.
Like I said, I tap into the group chat when y'all be in there, and fourth quarter bully camp. Shout out to him, fourth quarter bully camp. I heard him in there. He was saying like, hey, y'all Cleveland breeders, y'all need to get stuff together. If y'all gonna be wanting to go to that show in September, it's gonna be dogs from everywhere in there.
Big names.
Don't come there. Making Cleveland look bad. I felt that, man. Like, he could have been trolling or not. But
no, he was dead serious.
He was
dead serious. And I agree with him.
Yeah, what he was saying to me, like, I felt it. Like, like, if your dog ain't that,
don't bring it.
Leave it at home. And like I said, maybe like you bringing a dog. Support your dog while you there at the show. Support somebody else from Cleveland if they brought their dogs and they dogs is that and they competing. Get behind them dogs and
Facts.
support them dogs.
Facts.
Leave your dog at home.
Facts. But that's gonna be hard for these Cleveland breeders, you feel me? Because there's a lot of blindness. But like I said, this may be their show to get them that light bulb. Like, oh man, you feel me? Yeah. This may be their show that they need.
That too.
For sure. This may be their show. Even when I went last year, I brought an exotic with me. I brought Zoe with me. I went back to the drawing board after seeing Trapzilla in person, R2D2 in person, all these dogs in person, bro. I'm like, okay, I got the exotic stuff. You feel me? I got that kind of down packed. I get it. I got to focus on these bulls now. I had a dog named Trouble. He was a golden child direct son, golden child bred to a grim daughter. Bred real tight. You feel me? Ended up losing him on Thanksgiving.
He passed away?
Passed away. Golden child direct son, bred to a grim daughter. Man, didn't even get a chance to use it. I wanted to be like, I'm cool, man. Wow. I'm cool. I don't even want to breed no more. But I had to get myself together. You feel me? Like snap back to it. Like, no, man. It come with the game. It come with it. That's what you feel me. That's what come with this. You gotta take the W's and the L's.
Yeah. Speaking on what you just said, I was about to get to that. It's a platform on Instagram. Dog Culture Media TV. Shout out to them, man. Dog Culture Media TV.
I ain't hip. I gotta go follow them.
If y'all ain't tapped in with them, tap in with them. They good people over there. They have reposted a post from a person on Instagram that go by the name of Flashy Frenchies. And they had said, in this dog game, sometimes you take losses, break even, or win big. Once you learn to embrace all three as equal, you will succeed.
Damn, them gems right there.
What's your thoughts on that? What I just said?
Hey man, I totally agree. Like I said, you gotta take them W's and them L's on the chin. You feel me? Celebrate them L's like you celebrate them W's. You feel me? You gon' lose dogs. Let's be honest, we're dealing with dogs that got, kind of health issues. You feel me? It's expensive to maintain these dogs. It's gonna happen. You probably gonna lose a dog to the heat one day. You feel me? But knock on wood, but stuff like that happens. Man, you gotta take them L's just like you take them W's, man. And when it do happen, don't dwell on it. You feel me? Move forward. Use it as motivation. Create that dog again. Try to create it better. You feel me? Like he said, once you learn to embrace all of them as equal, you gonna succeed. And I totally agree with that. I gotta go follow Buddy after saying that for sure. That was gems right there.
Yeah. With losses, you gonna learn something from the losses. So
Facts.
You gotta take some L. You gotta take L's in just life in general, period, man. If you're trying to, people that's in certain positions and where they at in life is because, they took certain L's already to get there. You gotta use them L's for education and to learn.
Oh, facts, for sure.
What's one of your biggest wins in the dog game? And I'm not sure if that was your biggest loss in the dog game, far as you just said, that dog passing. But what's your biggest win in the dog game and your biggest L that you think you done took in the dog game?
My biggest L was losing trouble. The camp that was the key right there. You feel me? That was the biggest L. But my biggest dub was when my female trainer, I co-own her with a dude in Dayton right now. When she finally took from me, that litter right there, took off. I took off after that, man. Because the first time I bred her, she didn't take. Bred her again, she didn't take. I'm like, I'm gonna do a surgical this time. Had the semen. I bred her to Narco, a Merle boy. Had the semen shipped up here, did the surgical at Suburban. 33 days later, got the ultrasound, she loaded. Litter dropped, hottest litter in the city. Damn near in the Midwest, that litter was fire, bro. And that was my biggest dub right there.
Would you say her not taking the first 2 times, you actually learned out of that situation though too, going forward as a breeder?
I learned that her levels, her progesterone levels, I wrote them all down every time we got them checked. From the first breed to the second breed until when I got the surgical. And when I did the second breed and I did the AIs, I didn't go off the numbers that I went off of in the first time. You feel me? And then after doing that, I'm like, damn, she still ain't taking. I went off different numbers and all that. Okay, yeah. Now I'm about to drop some cheese and just get a surgical done. And then, when you do a surgical, the vets want to actually do progesterones before they do the surgical. So they got to be at a certain number for that. So whatever number that was, it was a higher number. I think it was like, she was like in the 16s, 17s, almost at the 20s.
Right.
We did a surgical then, and she took. So the person who got her now, if you listen,
right,
go and get that surgical done, big dog.
Right.
For sure.
When you got a stud, you got multiple studs. When you have a stud and you decide to open them up to the public, in most cases there's what's called a stud fee that's associated with the use of a stud. And then in some other cases, people do pup back deals. What's your opinion on pup back deals? And also, if you were going to do a pup back deal, how would you go about making that pup back deal be effective for your kennel?
Only way I'm doing a pup back deal, first of all, the female got to be a bad bitch, man. It got to be a bad female for me to do a pup back deal. Either I would do 500 or something like that, or it depends on how proven my stud is, but 500 and second pick of the litter overall, male or female, I would do. And if that female is just that bad and her pedigree is that loaded, I probably wouldn't charge them nothing and let me get first pick.
Right.
Overall, you ain't got to pay me nothing. I'm going to ship it to you and everything. Let me just get first pick off the litter. You feel me? I would do a pup back to the right female.
Right.
But far as opening my stud up to the public you asked about too, I feel like the stud got to be proven. Before you get to raising that, stud fee up, it got to get proven. And before you get them proven, get that dog checked, get their semen checked, and see if they're swimming. See if them semen numbers are right before you even open them up to the public. I would start at a lower price. Depending on the bloodline and the pedigree behind the dog. Would determine the number that I will open them up to. For. So, yeah. So like I probably start at 1,000, 800. I do 4 slots, 3 slots at 1,000, or 8 slots. 3 slots at 800. And then once them breedings is complete and once them productions is on the ground, I would raise the stud fee to a higher price. Okay, now he at 1,200 because he's proven these is his productions right here. This is what he can do for your count. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
For sure.
How many studs you got open right now currently?
We have one open right now, Runts.
Runts
the Fondant, for sure. The Fondant. He got his first litter dropping any day now. Like, she's probably in labor right now.
Right.
With her Royal Bullies. Shouts out to her for locking in Runts at 9 months. Filter female up, man. Shouts out to Runts. He's open.
What's his fee currently at?
His fee is he has a few more slots at 1K. 250 lock him in, 1K. After probably 2-3 more breedings, he going up to like 1,500.
This is what I said this when I interviewed Harmony from her Royal Bullies on the interview, is that, I had told her, like, I don't really know, all of y'all business, what y'all got going on with y'all stud, but I had told her far as who locked in and who using it, I don't know. But what I was saying was, I'm surprised that it's not more people that's using him, man. Cause like I said, I don't know all of y'all business, but I'm saying far as like people who I could see posting like, I'm taking my female to Runts, I'm using him or this or I'm surprised. Like what's going on? Like why people?
I would say marketing for us. We've been a little bit lazy with that. We can do better on marketing them. But if you seen Runts in person or you see him, he's really a wow factor. He's really a showstopper. He's really small. He's really mobile. He's really clean for a dog that small. Headpiece, full tail, and all. And if you in that lane and you got a female and you look at him like, no, I feel like that's just hate. If you're not gonna use him, unless you just chasing color. You feel me? He's a fawn. He's a fawn dog. Yes, the Fondant. But he has everything you need in your program.
For everything you just said, that's why I feel the way I feel. Because I seen him in person, and I feel like this dog is right here. This dog in the city.
It's in the city.
What the hell is going on? Is nobody not seeing what I seen when I saw that boy in person? Because why nobody ain't using that boy here?
Oh, they gonna find out the hard way. They gonna catch him when he had like 3,500, I want to use Russ now. Look what he produces. No, you gotta drop that bag. $1,000 lock
That's
in.
just crazy though to me, like,
For sure. But it's
especially
cool,
for people that's here in the city.
it's in that lane though.
In that lane,
In
and
that
actually
lane.
seen him in person.
Man.
And they can get ahead of the curve, like you just said, before his feet get to 3,500 or whoop-de-whoop. Hey man, to anybody watching this, in the city or out the city, tap in, take a look at this boy. If you need to, if you outside the city, come travel, tap in with him, and come look at him in person, and start using this dog, man. In my opinion,
appreciate it.
I
Man.
like
Appreciate
that
it.
dog, man. As far as like, in that small lane, like
For sure. Man.
tap in, man. Tap in before that fee go through the roof, and you're gonna be scratching your head with ifs and I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Tap in now.
I'm trying to tell you, man. And I produced him. We produced him too, for sure. And his mother was produced here, so.
So you produced the mother of runts, and you produce runts.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That dog, man. Like I said, I seen it in person. I seen it at the Euclid Beach Bully Link. And when I saw him, I was looking like damn, that little motherfucking dog.
Yeah, man.
He hit like he got the head, everything proportionate. It ain't too crazy or
he ain't got that rear. He ain't got he ain't bold. His legs is this little and they clean.
He definitely can walk. He definitely can run. I seen this with my own two eyes, man.
He think he XL, but he think he can get out there with the big dogs, man.
Yeah.
We had the wagon out last week at the link. Man, he kept jumping out the wagon, man. It was hot outside. I didn't want him walking around overheating though, but I had him in the wagon. He kept jumping out, taking off, going to play. Like, bro, Russ, chill.
What's the ped behind him? Like, what's behind him?
He Henry Hawk, local LV 2 times, Taz 2 times, Bape, 187 Direct Sun, RP 187, Baby K Bulls. That's his late stud at in Columbus. My boy K, Baby K Bulls.
I was gonna say that is that who?
Yeah, RP to go 187, man.
Yeah,
Beautiful dog.
I'm supposed to bring him up to get on the show.
For sure.
Sometime this month in June. But I was gonna ask you that. Yeah, was that dog? That's Runt's father.
That's Runt's father, direct father. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 187 best son. Said it from the man himself. Said it from K himself, man. That's 187's best son, man.
Yeah. Where can people get with you if they want to tap in and lock that boy in, man?
Man, you can get back. You can get at R R Kennels, Real Rare Bullies on Instagram, Real Rare _ Bullies on Instagram, man, or Rashad Black on Facebook.
And if people want to use him outside of the city, you shipping semen as well?
Shipping it.
Okay.
It's out of here.
Okay.
Tap in, man.
Y'all heard it, man. Use that boy Runts, man. Take it from me. You hearing it from the owner.
Appreciate it, man.
Use that boy before it's too late. Speaking in the realm of puppies, like when we selling puppies to other people as breeders and things like that, how important, man, is it to be able to sell a puppy and to be able to have the papers in hand when you selling that puppy to somebody?
I don't, when I first started off, I done sold a puppy without the papers in hands because I'm still waiting on UKC. I was messing with the UKC back then. It take forever to get back with you, but when you going through different registries like ABR, BRC, HBCU, ABKC, they get the paperwork back pronto for real, but it's more so of you looking professional and that buyer feeling secure as a buyer buying a dog from you when you got them shop records, health records, and paperwork in hand when they come pick their puppy up or when you drop it off. It just makes business. It makes you look like the ultimate businessman, ultimate dog breeder, man. It's just a look that you feel me. the what am I looking for?
The what, like the professionalism?
The professionalism behind it.
Yeah,
Just make it look professional.
What, the reason why I asked this is because I see this way too often. I done seen it in person with people. I done seen it online. For as like, somebody might purchase a dog from somebody, and then they be like, I don't got the papers right now. I'm gonna get them to you. And then that turns into, not all the time, but a lot of times that end up turning into a problem where, you hear people going online, I bought a dog from this dude, I ain't never get my paperwork, man, this, that, and the third, and so that's my reason for asking,
It just look bad. That look bad, man. As you as a breeder though, man, like, and you never get the paperwork to them, come on, man, that's terrible business, man.
I think maybe if it, like you said, every registry not the same. Some registries get paperwork to people faster than others.
For sure.
Now, if you a breeder and you've been dealing with, these registries and you've been registered litters with them already before, you should kind of have a gist of how long it's gonna take and this, that, and the third. I think it need to be better communication in place with a breeder to a buyer, as far as like, if all right, hey, the paperwork not gonna be ready for some reason or the third when the buyer wants to get their puppy, people need to kind of better explain, why they don't have the paperwork or why they ain't getting it, and let them know, hey, I'm gonna give you this option for as like, you can take the puppy now, or you could wait till the paperwork come in and pick the puppy up with the paperwork, but it's gonna take X amount of time for the paperwork to get here, because it is that and the third, or whatever the case may be.
Where people, some people, I see most people doing that, it's like, shit, the puppy sold. You feel me? Like, money fold, sold, it's out of here.
That's crazy.
You still need that birth certificate, good sir. You feel me?
That's crazy.
Man, that's messed up. I can't rock like that, man. It's just it's not good for your brand or your kennel if you call yourself a breeder, man. That's just unethical.
Yeah, so people watching that may be thinking about getting into breeding, that's a big thing, man. Make sure you're on top of, providing people with paperwork.
Go ahead and pay that extra $25 to get them next day shipped, man. It's $25 extra. You selling these puppies for how much? Come on, man. $25. Come on.
Exactly. And like, ABKC, they pretty quick with it now. Like, I don't, for real, if you selling a dog with ABKC paperwork, it ain't no way you shouldn't have it.
In 3 days, literally. It literally take 3 days. You file Monday, you'll get them Wednesday, Thursday.
That's all I'm saying. It's no excuse for not having that paperwork, man. By the time you figure like this, man, you know when you breed these dogs, and then once they drop, you got
6 weeks,
8 to 10 weeks, or however long you keep your puppies before you let them go home. You got all that time to get that paperwork.
And I always go by, I gotta have this paperwork by the time they hit 6 weeks, because some people want their dogs at 6 weeks.
Right.
I gotta have this paperwork by the time 6 weeks get here. You gotta be on it, man.
And you could
6 weeks is more than enough time.
You
bro.
could, if you have a litter tonight, you could send that shit the next day. Send that shit to ABKC. What are you waiting for? What's the waiting for?
No, for real, people procrastination, bro. I'm big on that too, though. But you heard me say I got until 6 weeks to do that.
Right.
By that 6 week mark, I'm gonna have that paperwork for sure.
Right.
For sure. Right. Next day.
Right. Yeah, I think, when somebody buy a puppy though, man, they want that paperwork in hand. So,
man.
That's a big thing. What advice, man, can you give to someone that's aspiring to be a dog breeder, sitting at home, or maybe on their lunch break watching this video right now? What advice can you give to them,
You said they want to be a breeder.
Right.
Do your research on what class you want to, start producing with, or have your foundation laid with class, which is would it be XL to pocket to extreme to standard to classic to micro to exotic. Find which one you want, which lane you want to go into. Do your research on the different bloodlines. Find a look, find a vision that you want to create. Find a dog that you be like, okay, I want to make dogs that look just like that or better, and go off that bloodline. Have a vision is basically what I'm saying before you get in the game, and do your research and find out what lane you want to go into. Vision is very important, man. A lot of these breeders don't got no vision. They don't, man. Find a vision, what you like, what's your preference, what you want to create, and then go from there.
I heard you say that too at the group chat too one day about people not having no vision, and you were saying something like scattered pedigrees is huge. I think that's what you said,
Yeah.
something amongst that line.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's a lot of people just breeding to anything and any, like,
For sure, there's a lot of that.
scattered pedigree, like you said.
It's a lot of that, especially in the city. You feel me? People getting these dogs and these standards and classics and calling them XLs and these pity looking dogs, and be like, okay, got this dog, it's Merle, but that's a big ass XL. I'm gonna take her to her, him to her. Now I'm about to have it. No, you're just about to have Merle trash.
You don't know what
you don't know what you're
like
getting
that.
out of that, man. You gotta know them bloodlines behind them dogs, man. Like, I really sit and study pedigrees, or I really study different dogs' pedigrees to learn where they come from. You feel me? You gotta learn the science behind this, the mathematics behind this, though. Like you said earlier, scientists are really mad scientists, though. You really gotta be a mad scientist.
Right.
For sure.
I noticed, over the past 6 months, the dog community in Cleveland has really come together in a big way. I believe it has been, the culmination of various factors that got us to where we at right now. In your opinion, what are some of the reasons you think Cleveland dog breeders are interacting, networking, and supporting each other, more than ever before?
I feel like we going to these shows, and we seeing these different cities sticking with each other. You feel me? Like Cali people and people from New York, you go to shows and they 50 deep, all different camps,
Right.
all different dogs, but they here. They like, yeah, we in the building. New York here, Cali here,
Right.
Indiana here, Cleveland here.
Right.
Cleveland here. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just been, like I said, over the past, months or whatever, year, I just been seeing, a lot of breeders in Cleveland kind of banding together, messing with each other. Hey, who got this going on? People chime in real quick. Oh my God, he do that, he do this, he do that. People networking, people giving each other advice. The bully link ups, all of this stuff. I just see more togetherness in the city, and it's a good thing. When I first, decided I was gonna do this, what we doing right now. I ain't never been like, I'm a person that, really I stay within my circle, so to say, and I deal with, just my close people and stuff like that. I ain't really no outgoing, talkative person, but I'm like, in my mind, I was thinking like, I feel like it's so many dog breeders in the city. I'm like, we gotta all come together and kind of, help each other out. So in my mind, I'm thinking, let me make some type of platform so other people
Can see.
and other places can see us as well. And we could also use this as a somewhat personal journal for us and for breeders that's coming up behind us in the city of Cleveland. Maybe the one day, like you, for instance, somebody buy a dog from you, then somebody younger than them buy a dog off of them, off your blood, and they could go back maybe 10, 15 years from now if YouTube's still up and running or whatever the case may be, and they could say, damn, that's Black right there from R Kennels, my dog, that's he created my dog's grandfather, and whoop whoop whoop, and they can actually hear you speak on different topics. So, you know, I think what we doing as a whole and as a community is good.
We gotta keep the foot on the gas.
Exactly, man.
We got to.
I see us going to, you know, higher and bigger levels as a city.
For sure.
We just gotta stay sticking together and also gotta be receptive to constructive criticism.
Facts.
Because we only gonna make each other better.
Right, iron sharpens iron, bro. For sure. Iron sharpens iron, bro.
What are some things, you know, like I said, even though we on the path and the projection to be better, what are some things, you know, maybe we could do to continue to be great, continue to get better?
Continue being honest with each other. You know, continue communicating how we is, how everybody is, and how everybody's involved. Continue doing these links. Continue doing this podcast, these interviews, this YouTube channel. Continue doing that. Everybody just got to keep their foot on the gas, man, and just and keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, for sure. I think we on fire right now.
Start hitting shows. Start hitting shows deep. We about to start hitting shows deep.
Exactly.
As a city.
It's
a show in Dayton. We trying to go to. It's a couple shows, fourth quarter posted. Everybody trying to go to. Trying to go to the show in September. You feel me? Yeah, let's do it.
That's a big thing what you said as far as the shows. Like, we all definitely need to get out to these shows together and as a whole and as a group. And another thing, I like I said, I watched the Bully Spit podcast last Wednesday. When you get a chance, maybe go check their last one out. They had a guy on there, I think his name is Thad. He like a judge, he breed, he show dogs and stuff like that. And he got it's him, but he got like a network of other kind of breeders who he messed with. I guess they like a camp. And what he was on there explaining was, he was saying, like, you know, as far as like when they go to a show, like he said, I think they might have placed in the best in show class at Nationals last year. And what he was saying is, you know, what they'll do is, like, he got his dogs, then this person, they got their dogs, then they got their dogs, then they got their dogs, then they got theirs. You know, they got various dogs amongst the group. What they'll do is they'll get together and be like, you know, all right, for the Nationals, for Best in Show, we taking that dog. Everybody else, leave your dogs at home. That's the dog we running with. And they'll go with that dog and they'll go show that dog, and everybody else will come and represent on one front, but that's the dog that's representing them for the day.
That's fire. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. But the goal is to be like, we taking all three of them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
But that's dope, though.
Yeah, no doubt, though.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just like that the mentality, you know, behind it, for as like knowing
nobody's biased, nobody's jealous, none of that. You feel me? So it's like, you know what, that dog do look better than all these dogs in this room. Hey, we rocking with him, we out. That's fire.
Right.
That's fire. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Too many feelings though. People be in their feelings. People be in their feelings, bro. About these dogs.
What advice, you know? Have you showed dogs in the show ring yet before?
Not in the sanctioned show ring. I was on a stack table and shit like that.
Okay. What you gonna show dogs in the sanctioned show ring though?
Yeah, Brody's getting shown for sure.
What are some things that you doing, you know, behind the scenes to get ready to step into a sanctioned show ring, man?
Um, I'm always doing my homework. I'm always on YouTube looking at the competition. I'm always looking at BRC shows, ABKC shows. I'm always looking at the class that I'm torn in between what Brody's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna be extreme or just a pocket yet. You feel me? He's still young. He's just turned 5 months today. He turned 5 months today. I'm always looking at the competition. I'm working with Brody daily on a stack box with the show collar on. My fault, I'm hitting the mic and stuff. With the show collar on. The way my backyard is set up, it's a little path like a show ring. I'm actually walking around with him, like getting him ready to get shown.
Okay.
I can put him on a stack box like 10 minutes a day, 10, 15 minutes a day. He to the point now he really don't even need the stack box. It's just, you know, because he's real food driven. So, you know, I keep a little pouch and, you know, little training treats, and he's gonna do whatever I say do.
Do you think that, you know, like, I ain't never been in the show ring myself personally, but, you know, you hear boxers saying as far as like, you know, it's different when you actually under the lights
For sure.
in the ring. And
For sure.
you think that's the same when, you know, stepping into the show ring for dogs?
Yeah, it's different under them lights. Like, I done been to plenty shows. I've always wanted to show dogs. I always wanted to create that pocket, that extreme, to put in the confirmation ring, confirmation show, you feel me? But I never, like, trouble was the foundation to that, you know? Like, but end up losing him. But, you know, that's water under the bridge. I always wanted to get in that ring. And I would go to these shows and just be standing there just looking like, okay, so when you showing the dog, this is what you gotta, okay, see the dog mainly on the left side. Okay, why everybody foot under their dog? Like, what is everybody doing? Oh, that must keep them from sitting down or keeping the back legs back. Is it treats in their hand? What is they doing? Like, why is they putting their hand? Okay, no, taking notes, man. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I was gonna ask you, you know, I asked you, like, far as you said all the stuff you was doing with Brody to get him ready for the show ring, but like I said, as far as like being under the lights and all eyes on you and this, that, and the third, and is it anything, you know, that you doing to prepare yourself to be in the show ring and to be there mentally?
Just getting a connection with Brody. If I'm not confident, he ain't gonna be confident. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the show. I'm ready for the lights. Like, I live for the lights. I live for the stage. I'm in the fraternity, so like, we get on that stage and make it happen. We don't care about no crowd. I'm here to win.
Right, okay.
You feel me? And I'm trying to get his confidence to my level.
Right.
If both of our confidence is like that, come on, man. Let's do it. Let's go get that first place.
All right, man. Before we get up out of here, once again, where can people find you at on social media platforms?
Real Rare _bullies. Real Rare _bullies on Instagram. Tap in, man. Follow me. I'm gonna follow back.
All right, and before we get out of here again, what is the fee for that excellent boy Runts?
Oh, yeah, 1K, man. 250. Lock him in. Lock him in right now. Before he go up, lock him in. Rush your life up, man.
All right, man. I want to say, you know, I appreciate being able to, you know, sit down and have a short conversation with you, you know.
For sure.
As
Likewise.
like I tell a lot of guests, it ain't never enough time, you know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
hopefully, you know, I can get you back up here and we can, you know, talk a little bit more, dive a little bit deeper into some other things. Cause, you know, we just scratching the surface today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We can sit and do this for hours, man. For sure, definitely. I'd love to come back, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. Let me represent my kennel and my dogs on this platform, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you for coming out, man. And like I said, we're gonna sit down again. Maybe would you be open to, I'm thinking about, you know, bringing multiple guests on at once and, you know, having a friendly dog talk kind of conversation where people being able to chime in, get their opinion. Hey, I feel like this. I feel like that. And would you be open to coming up here doing that?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Definitely.
All right. Yeah, I got a couple people in mind. You know, I'm gonna bring the great minds together, and yeah, I'm gonna make it happen.
Let's do it, man.
All right, Allied Bullies TV, and we out of here like yesterday.
This episode of Allied Bullies TV is being brought to you by K9 Super Supplements Puppy Formula. This awesome supplement contains green tripe, goat's milk, biotin, along with 6 other ingredients to promote growth and development, support immunity, digestive health, bone health, and also skin and coat health. Head on over to K9supersupplements.com today and grab yours.